All right. Welcome to this ain't even a pregame show, man. This mommy, you want to play some funeral music? I mean, you see your resident three undertakers right here. You got Magnus at the top left, followed by Twisted. My man in the trenches, and calling from the mic position. We got Rich at the bottom. Uh, I wish that we had better news for you guys. I wish we could be a little bit more upbeat. But we took an ass whooping for the past like 2 weeks. I mean, we took a Bishop Sycamore type ass whooping for the past like 2 weeks, and we're here as three fans. We're here as your resident talking heads. We're here as fellow family to try to either talk off the ledge or we about to get a State of the Union address or something we about to do, but it's time for Atlanta Falcons Nation intervention. Okay. Before we even start on that, I'm going to introduce my two co-hosts. To the right, we got Twisted, my man from the trenches, our Black Adam Schefter. Say what's up, Twisted.
What's good? What's good, family? Shouts out to y'all, man. It's been tough. Let's continue to build, bro.
At the bottom, we got Rich, the headhunter, middle linebacker. Go ahead, talk to him, Rich.
What's up, everybody? Definitely been a while. Glad to be here, man. Talk some good Falcon football. And don't get it twisted because we still in the hunt. So let's go.
Bro, do you see how we sound, chat? I know there's like a few of y'all just waking up right now. Down South Georgia boy, Aunt Jay, what's up, man? Appreciate the follow. Eric McDowell, what's good, y'all? Yo,
What's
you
good,
hear how we sound right now? Do you hear how we sound? There is no
Hey.
What? What's
Yeah.
up?
Now finish. There is no what? Finish.
No, I'm about to say, there is no. It's Sunday. You know what that means? Nah, it's you got your ass kicked for the past 2 weeks. Do you know what that means?
Man,
Right?
I'm saying 2 weeks. The past 7 days, we got our ass whooped. Let's just say that Sunday and Thursday, we got our ass whooped. We ain't gonna say 2 weeks. This past 7 days, we've been getting the shit beat out of us. 0 points at home. That's disrespectful.
You know how bad it is to get your behind whooped twice in the same week.
That's nasty. That's nasty work.
From that, and after somebody that reminds you of maybe Matt Ryan, that was like his counterpart, or what they said that he was coming out, Mac Jones. Then they say like he was comparable to Matt Ryan. So for all those people that's been saying that, oh, Matt Ryan is, well, if you want to see what Matt Ryan looks like with a defense and decent running game, look at what the Patriots did to us.
But they only scored 1 touchdown, G. As bad as our defense is in spare moments, them jokers scored 1 touchdown, and that was all broken coverage. AJ Terrell went to the outside. Some people were playing man, some people were playing zone. The next opportunity, AJ Terrell took advantage and got a pick. Eric Harris, oh my
block.
You are a game blower. Why are you in the way? That's a touchdown.
That's 6. That's 6.
That dude looking like, who I block? Oh, my God, bro.
I think he had an opportunity, too, to catch an interception.
Who did?
In that game.
Eric Harris?
I think Eric, did he had an opportunity?
I know
he always do, like every week.
Like every week.
That first drive. It was a pick 6 he dropped. He did everything else good.
Gosh,
Let's continue to play.
Bro, I'm telling you right now, like Eric Harris is the epitome of a day late and a dollar short. Like that dude is like there, but he's not there. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like
every
I don't know.
Like my man could have at least like 5, 6 picks right now. Like if he was just there,
Yeah.
And I think that's the difference between you talk about like it's the difference between like flipping the field, but also I've been saying this for a couple of weeks that there's been times where the defense would have to carry the load. And there's been times where the defense has answered the bell. Like one thing I can tell you that Dean Pease have done is like he instilled like a sense of pride I mean, there's still some things that we definitely have to clean up. But he instilled like a sense of like, you know what? Like we ain't going out like that. Plain and simple. Now we did give up 43 points for all those that want to sit there and say like, yeah, you know, pride, but you gave up 43 points. Yes, we did. Also, it's those 43 points. I would like to say that was against like a three-headed monster in a receiving core, and we were down our best slot corner in Isaiah Oliver. I mean, they picked on poor William. Was it Williamson or Williams?
Yeah, Avery.
Whatever it was, he was too small.
It wasn't just him though. It wasn't. They ain't just pick on him. Fabian, bro. Your job as a corner is to look for the football. I'm saying this as humble as possible. You're supposed to look for the football. It's fourth down. Why are you just covering grass? It's two people like take.
Yo, I don't know what we was in, but this dude. Because sometimes when you're playing zone, you can match the player that's threatened in your area, where you just play them man. Like once they're in your area, just go straight to them and play them. In that particular play, Fabian didn't have nobody else threatening him besides whoever it was that caught the first down.
Gallup.
I don't know if it was Gallup. Right? Yeah. And then he was like at least 10, 15 yards off of him. And it was a short yardage situation. So like I was confused with that play, but followed up with Dean P's interview, it seemed like a lot of guys wasn't as prepared. When you're talking about and you're telling you're pretty much telling us that there was a lot of mental errors. When there's a lot of mental errors when a player is making mistakes, that means he is not prepared to be on the field. He's not prepared to perform. He's not prepared to do his job. This is the NFL. I don't know how that happens, but at the same time, shit happens. Excuse my language.
No, go ahead, bro. It's an adventure.
But you know that was the case. That was scenario, and certain players were just making too many mental errors, and that led to Dean P's being put him in a big hole because he don't know what to call. So that's what it was when he was talking about that. And it's sad, followed up by the Patriots game and the Cowboys game, whatever way how you want to call it. It's sad that, of course, we're like 32 or 31st in the NFL within sacks and also QB hits. It's sad that we have to, in order for us to get pressure to cause a sack, we have to send a blitz. That is sad. That is what I have to say. That's what I have to say. And y'all can add on from there. That it's sad.
Are we just talking about defense intervention and then going off?
This is
I got
the whole.
Yeah, let's do that.
To get thrown up under the bus right now, bro.
Listen,
let's do that.
Listen, on that third down situation when we're in the red zone, right? On that 3rd and 1, Allison is making plays, right? You fucked up. I'm gonna tell y'all how Arthur Smith fucked this up. For one, after you do a 3rd and 1 and you get a sack and you pass on 3rd and 1, you're already letting the Patriots know you're scared to run on them, right? So the following one, you think they didn't know you were for sure gonna run it on 3rd and 4th and 1? They knew that. Allison, I know you don't play like that. Magnus put up a nasty clip showing the whole
between Lindstrom and McGarry, there was a hole about the size of this box that I'm in right now. If he
blocked out,
he's
blocked
gone.
this way.
Okay. I missed that one.
And get right into the lane.
Look at
I missed that
first
one.
down.
For anybody that doesn't know, you can follow me on Twitter, Mr. Magnus 427. I put a clip on there, and there's a hole, and he literally, not to cut you off though, I'm sorry about that, Twisted, but he literally did a jump cut earlier, you know.
Yes.
And he went outside. So
and he got it, you're right.
Bro, if that's CP, he's running for 6 because he has vision.
But hey, that ain't the issue. That's the thing we're forgetting. The 2nd down play, when Matt Ryan threw it to Tajay Sharp. First down, clearly. He's scared of contact.
Another one.
Try to get the first down. He's looking like, who's going to tackle me? Who's going to tackle me? Let me just fall. You're 6 feet.
He taller than that. He at least like
So
6'3".
so with that 4th and 1 that Quadrant didn't get, right? Were you guys okay with that play call?
No, that damn fullback I wasn't.
Okay.
Why is Keith Smith part of the offensive play calling? What part of that sheet that he covers with his mouth like that? What part of that is? You know what? Yeah, we got to give the ball to Keith Smith. That's it.
On the 3rd and 1.
On third, first of all.
He picked a recent one though. He picked up the one before that.
But my issue is if we know we got a stud on the offensive line, like if you're the Indianapolis Colts, which offensive lineman you pretty much going to run behind consistently? Quentin Nelson, right?
I mean Nelson.
Yeah.
Sorry, Nelson.
Nelson, right? If you're the Dallas Cowboys, now you pretty much have your choice. But who's pretty much you're going to be running behind consistently if you're like a between the tackles runner? Zach Martin, correct?
Yeah, Martin.
We have an absolute technician. And of all the people that I would complain about on the offensive line, Chris Lindstrom has been consistently good, according to Pro Football Focus. However, you want to score that, but if you look, bro, if you look at the eye test, damn the numbers. Look at the eye test. This man has been playing his ass off. And if you're any kind of like competent coach, and I'm not complaining about Arthur Smith. I'm just saying, just in general, run behind your best players, run blocking. Yeah. We're running behind Jalen Mayfield
and Hennessy. But hey, man, we can't lie now. On this Red Clay Sports. Each week we say when we run the ball, we should run the ball on the right hand side. We say that plenty of times.
Yeah.
Prairie is a run blocker. That's what he's good at. He's good at blocking. Lindstrom is good at both. On that side, Jake is great, but he's dealing with 2 other people. He has to deal with Mayfield. There's sometimes Hennessy. Oh my God, you will not be starting next year.
Yeah, I think with Lindstrom, no matter either way how they want to work it, but Lindstrom and Jake Matthews should be on the same side. We did it before. We did it before, even when we had Levitri there at left guard. We was running to behind them 2 the whole time throughout the whole season. We never really ran to that right side to a straighter side. We did not. We was running, but part of it, Kyle Shanahan was creative in his run schemes and stuff like that. Like we ran a lot of tosses and quick pitches, and we had Freeman and Tevin Coleman. They was really good and they was really explosive. They had young legs, so also that. But who knows what could happen if they both was on the same side. And I also want to bring up, being that we're playing against the Patriots, they're going to come ready to play where they're going to be sound, very sound, and their fundamentals is top of the charts. How come the Falcons decide to have the most penalties they had all season? Like, I know for sure that game, they had the most penalties they had. I never seen that many penalties on the Falcons before in the game, and there was a lot.
It was Philly game, right? The first game was a lot of penalties too, though.
Yeah, the first time a little bit. Yeah, like that's why I said in the chat, I'm like, yo, I would compare this to week 1, but like our defense was played a little bit better. Like we actually had an interception, a sack. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't too much. Our offense just couldn't really do anything. But this was a big penalty game. Like we've been okay so far with the penalties, but for some reason against the Pats, we just let it go. Like, oh no.
See, field
goal,
bro. The legal formation, bro. Like, all right, I'm gonna put it like this: when you go against teams, like, I'm not gonna say the Cowboys are elite, but the Cowboys are a good team this year. I don't like Cowboys. I don't like the Cowboys fans. They're insufferable, okay? But I will give credit to credit's due. Those particular teams can create an avalanche if you have like one mistake. Yeah. And the thing is, like, you start to press more. Because Young Wei Koo don't miss. You know what I'm saying? So that illegal procedure, like, all of a sudden now he's in his head. And I think
Yeah,
it's
it took
because
him
like
out.
that,
Mm-hmm.
that earlier miss from before. So the thing is like there's certain teams where it's like, yo, we can't afford to make a mistake. We got to play damn near perfect football because why? Our roster is not to where theirs at. I mean, we're coming in. The thing is like against the Cowboys and against the Patriots, we took a knife to a gunfight. That's what it was. You know, we got our ass kicked by teams that was clearly prepared. You know, for what we particularly lacked in, and they exploited time and time and time again. And that's the difference between different coaches that are elite and coaches that are rookies. Rookies get exposed. Rookie coaches do get exposed. I mean, who said it right here? I think it was Ultra Shadow said it's called growing pains. The only damn thing about growing pains is like you don't want to see 43-3. You don't want to see 25-0, especially when you're offensive, some sort of like not offensive genius, but damn, you saved Brian Tannehill's career. So it's like, damn, if I got like a competent quarterback, if I got like Matt Ryan, all I gotta do is like tweak things here and there. Yeah, I think I could put up like 25. Who's put up 25, 28, 30 on a regular basis with Dan Quinn and former friend calling the offensive plays. Now we all said one thing for the past 10 years. God, we put up points anytime we want to against anybody that we want to if we only had a defense. Here they come. We got a defense. We play some guys where they, we got Fourier in the middle. We got Debo on the outside. There's some guys playing out of position. Fine. Now look, we got a decent defense. We got defense playing with pride. Now look, we're barely putting up 3 damn points. We're the New York Jets all of a sudden. But it looks like Chuck had something to say.
Hey, you know what's crazy? You talk about former friend. on those 3rd and 1 possessions. First of all, the offensive line got heart checked by Matt Ryan. I don't know if y'all saw this. Coming out of halftime, he smacked each lineman on their chest like, let's get it together. I'm hobbling. I'm still playing. And y'all are just letting me get sacked left and right. I'm sick of this shit. I'm sick of this. Like, y'all got to be better than that, bro. Kelly McGarry, Judon is their best blitzer, their best rusher, right? What the hell is that? I don't know if that was Mike Davis or Allison. On 3rd down, you go to him. Who are you blocking? He's
That's the true threat. That's the true threat right there.
Then we get to call on those 3rd down, those closest. Why not do a couple read option plays? You haven't even sprinkled that out yet.
A lot of things.
Russell Gage and Allison. Let's see if they get it. I'm taking that chance on at least one of those drives, bro. After that pick, we were still in the game. It was pretty much 13-0 throughout that game. Offense had to make a couple opportunities. The Kyle Pitts play. If Kyle Pitts continues to run through that route, they're gonna call a penalty. Hey, the refs though. Hey, the defense is old, but you don't need to give them any more than this. All right, bro. Come call some flags now. I ain't see no flags on their defense.
It's the Patriots, man.
Receivers can't get open like that. But damn, they ain't that good. They ain't. Come on, bro.
Yo, bro, we got our ass kicked, bro. Our receivers couldn't do anything, bro.
But I'm saying no holding calls, none of it. That Kyle Pitts play, that was a hold.
Right. Now, but I think also,
route.
He stopped. And I think it was like more of a miscommunication. Is that when Rosen was in there? Do it?
No. When Matt Ryan was in there, he floated it.
Oh, he was still in there? Okay.
And he floated it. It would have been if he would have jumped up. He could have did something with it, but he stopped running because he thought they were gonna call a flag. It felt like because that dude was holding his ass.
Right.
I guarantee you, no team will run man covers like that when Calvin and Cordell come back.
That's it's so. Is it? Wait, hold on.
Huh?
Yo, I'm saying if they come back, as far as Calvin, I know he's supposed to come back this week. He's supposed to be coming off IR, but at this point, I don't even want to get my hopes up to see if that's really gonna happen. I'm praying that it does because we're hurting really bad right now. Like we're hurting, and I know Calvin's seen this to the point where when he watched the games and he know we hurting without him. Come on, we don't gotta sugarcoat nothing, man. Just him being out there, it threatens the defense. Calvin really's being out there, of course, and you have mediocre receivers that's, barely above average or average, what I'm saying? You're not threatening nobody. All you gotta do is take away Kyle Pitts. Okay, Cordell Patterson's not playing. All right, even better. Thank you. You know what I mean?
But
And
Rich,
then quick thing, quick thing I want to
is
talk
easy.
about.
That is
Right?
easy.
How does anything it makes our situation better when game is over, we're pretty much lost, right? And we put our backups in, and our backups doesn't even give us no type of life. Like Cowboys game, Josh Rosen comes in, throws a pick, and then now Patriots comes. Now Rosen and Felipe throws a pick. Like that's probably like a world record right there. I don't know if y'all might have seen something like that, but yo, that does not help our situation. How on back-to-back weeks, all our
bro,
backups throw interceptions. Like yo, that was crazy. It does not make our situation better.
Yeah,
Rich,
that was nasty work.
I'm gonna tell
I
you
should
guys
have said
right now.
Felipe do the option. Felipe do option. I'm tripping. I forgot he can run the ball.
But here's the thing. This is the Atlanta Falcons Nation intervention, right? Calvin Ridley has been on IR not because of injury, but because of mental health. And you want him to come back to this? My thing is like, if I'm trying to take off for mental health, and I see my team get that kicked by like 68 points within a matter of 7 days, what am I coming back to? That's going to help me. Particularly like what exactly would I come back to? I mean, I wouldn't even blame him if he was to take off the rest of the year. I'm already at that point now that
I don't think he'll do that, but he'll start cutting
Yeah.
eventually.
You said what you said, Tristan?
You don't think they're gonna start cutting eventually after that?
I don't know, but at this point, I feel like you gotta commit. Like this week has to be confirmed if he's gonna be coming off IR and if you're gonna continue the season or not. Because at this time, you at the same time you playing with the fans' mental health. Like for us right now, let's be real here. Let's be real here. Even with the Saints game, like our mental health right now as fans is not somewhere there. And being that, right, Arthur Smith saying, because now I'm starting to think that we're getting fooled right now. I'm gonna cut him a little bit of slack because it's his first year. But he's saying, yeah, we're gonna fix it. I tell you, we're gonna put a better product out there. We gotta put a better product out there for the fans at home. So far at home, you didn't show up, buddy. You did not show up. Yeah. So I don't know how you're gonna fix it. I don't think this is fixable, to be honest with you. And as far as right now for this year, with the way how the offense is and putting the best product out for the fans and showing us what you guys have and somewhat winning a home game, so far that didn't happen yet. And I'm gonna give Arthur Smith maybe one more year because I don't know. I think it's probably just a little bit too much for him this year.
Damn,
calling
that
the
quick,
plays.
Rich?
No, not for real. No, in a sense, I give him one more year. No. Not far as I'm talking about giving him one more year on calling the plays. Because I think this year, right? I think this first year was a little bit too much for him, taking a head coach and also calling the plays. Because the start of the season, he did some good jobs on good decision making. Remember we was talking about that starting from the preseason. Him challenging plays, like his timing with certain things, it was good. But then once we decided to go for it on 4th and 7 in our Cowboys game, I questioned that. Like, yo, bro, what's going on?
I
Like,
don't know what
I understand we want to be aggressive. Yeah, let's talk about that. Let's talk about that. I'll say this: him going for that 4th and 7, I believe in the second quarter or first quarter, something like that. He messed up the whole momentum and flow of that game. I understand you want to be aggressive away and you want to stay ahead and stuff like that. But because if we would have took that field goal, it would have been down 7-6. As you're playing a game in the NFL, just a football game, you got to go with the flow. So, you got to match the energy of how the game is going. You got to let certain things play out. So if you go back and forth, if we make that field goal 7-6, You're still giving them momentum. And when we didn't get it, the 4th and 7, it really shifted the whole momentum throughout the whole game.
It's like
We can't forget about that Russell Gage drop on that first series too, though. In the red
oh
zone.
my God.
Oh, yeah.
We would have been on the 4-yard line. That's a touchdown for sure.
Bro, I'm gonna tell you, bro. Like Young Wei was pissed that he didn't get the opportunity to kick that field goal to make it 7-6. So who's to say that didn't carry over to the Patriots game where he's now in his head? It's like, what you mean you don't trust me? You know, like I made game-winning kicks for all 4 of our wins. You know, like come on, bro. Like I come in, I'm like Mariano Rivera, man. I come in, I shut it down, man. What you don't trust me? And I think that's what happens. Like, you know, teams they get in your head, you know.
Hey,
and
they also show he didn't trust the defense either, though.
You know, if we wanted this, I'm gonna tell you why I think he can, like, this can actually be turned around sooner than you think. And I think it's because, one, Terry Fontenot. And I know help is on the way. Black Thanos, help is on the way. Don't get used to these faces that's here. Contractually, maybe one more year for this person here or this person here, but they won't be starting. They might be borderline bench players. Like Alameda, Zacchaeus, let me tell you something. You may not even be the 5th starter on some team. You may not even be the 5th wide receiver. Dude, you're okay. You're okay, but I think your hands are too damn small to be making these catches, bro. I don't even know how J.C. Jackson was able to make that interception. Didn't it? Was it in his hands?
Man caught the ball like this. What am I watching, bro?
My man caught the ball like a loaf of bread, bro.
Hey, listen to me. My 4-year-old nephew knows not to catch the ball like that. He knows you have to catch the ball like this. My 4-year-old nephew. There's nothing you can tell me right now. Yeah, Matt Ryan may have threw it a little bit too high. You jumped up there and touched it with both your hands. Then you looked at Jackson like, oh, he caught that. You dropped it. Go make a play. You look confused for.
I did expect this year. I'm being honest. We still got more games to go, but part of the reason why when Arthur Smith was coming in here, we were excited about the creativity. Now, the only credit where I'll give him, where it's like he showed some sort of creativity of when you're scheming an individual player open, like Kyle Pitts or Ridley, like your main player guys, you're scheming or have certain design plays to give them the ball. What part of also the creativity, what I wanted to see, if it's like a trick play or like a nice bread and butter or something that's like confusing you. You know what I mean? Like I didn't really see nothing yet that was so spectacular. Like, yo, that was nice. Like a play, like we're running generic plays right now. Like even on the 4th and 7s that we went for, even on the 4th and 1, I'm thinking like, yo, Philly special or something where it's like it's not coming. like you know what I'm saying? Like nobody don't see it coming. You know, yeah, you get what I'm saying?
No,
on just far as creativity with the plays, we're running simple plays in crucial moments. Like, yo, bro, you're supposed to run your best of the best, your 2-point conversion plays, like a screen or something. Like yeah.
Hey, yo, that's nasty, Drew. Don't do us like that, bro. Come on, dog. Falcons are a soup sandwich, son. What is that, bro? Like, that's disgusting.
That's beyond soft, man.
But y'all get what I'm saying, though? Like, that's
definitely.
what I've been
creativity,
seeing.
bro. You got to have it in the key moments, bro. Like, that's definite. And that's the times I expect it. Like, that play we did versus the Cowboys when Matt threw that interception to Pitts and Tajay Sharp did that wheel route. That's a play you run in those key moments. Because he was popped wide open. And we just don't have those type of plays. It seems like when we're on 3rd and 4th down, we're doing easy stop routes and hoping niggas can. I'm sorry, I don't mean to say the N-word.
No, go ahead. Intervention, man.
And hoping players can just catch the ball and lean forward. Like, no. And receivers, go past the sticks. Stop stopping before the sticks. That shows me you are slower than what you are.
Bruh, I gotta say something about this, man. You know, we've been spoiled. Let me say this in terms of
Oh, yeah,
we've
Eagles
had,
fan, you bro.
yeah. they got their own issues to deal with, but I'm gonna say, um, but to be real is like when you knew, remember that scene, that Terrell Owens was on the sideline, he was on the 49ers, and he was like, who can make a play? I can. Yeah,
Mhm.
we ain't got that guy. And
Nah,
we're used to seeing like that type of guy because that guy was wearing number 11, and at one point that guy was wearing number 18. And then we had another guy that was wearing number 88, not Darby, for those that don't want to know. You talk about Tony G. We had guys that if I need a first down, I know who I'm going to. Hooper was that guy. That's like, you know what? Hey, listen, you need first down and 10. Hell, I seen Hooper. He's not even fast. I seen him pick up first and 15s. He'll run to the
Oh yeah.
sticks. He'll run to the sticks. That's what he does to the stick and turn around just like this.
Mhm.
That's it. He ain't gonna pass
Hey,
you.
I'm gonna ask y'all a serious question.
What's up?
And
What's up?
keep it 100.
Hmm?
Looking back on it, would y'all prefer to have Austin Hooper over Hayden Hurst? Do y'all think he's gonna stick with that?
To really answer your question, I didn't want Hooper to leave.
Facts.
Honestly,
Facts.
Hooper's that whole thing of him leaving, it was more like a personal thing, far as a contract and what business decision. What I'm gonna do best for me to give me money and help my family, and that
Yeah.
was the best thing. And looking back, Hooper made the best decision because he made a lot of money for not doing anything.
Get your
And
bag.
compared to him still being here, he probably would be more productive because he had a good relationship with Matt, but he wouldn't be making as much money. So it was like, and then even when he left, we brought in Hayden Hurst. And I feel like Hayden Hurst didn't do that bad of a job. And for some reason, we was like, yeah, Arthur Smith coming in, we're heavy with the 12 personnel, Hayden Hurst, Kyle Pitts. You know what I'm saying? Like the duo is going to be something, and we haven't seen it yet. Like really of heavy dosage because Hayden Hurst hasn't been used like that.
That's what I was gonna say.
We're gonna be real. We're gonna be real here. Like at the end of the day, I know some people don't want to hear the truth, but the truth hurts sometimes. And in order for us to move on to certain things, and let's talk about relationships and everything, you gotta have hard conversations. This is a hard conversation to have. You gotta go through the hard conversations in order to move on, right? So this is it. Get.
J-Rod said he'll take Hurst over Hooper. Hooper doesn't fight for extra yards. I think it's just, I base it off relationship though. I don't base it off of the actual skill set. I think Hurst is very skill set, and I think he plays if you use him. But he doesn't have that connection with Matt. Like I don't know why Matt don't be looking for Hayden more. I really prefer to see Hayden more. I would take Hayden Hurst over Russell Gage in a heartbeat.
Bro, I'm telling you right now, we're probably going to re-sign Hayden Hurst. Gage probably going to walk. Gage is going to walk. Who else? I think Slide probably going to walk, and we may have to just depend on 12 personnel.
2 years for Slide.
We
got his 5th year option next year. So
are we picking up that option?
We already picked it up. We already picked it up. Yeah.
Okay.
So
all right.
Only way he'll be gone is if we trade him.
Okay. All right.
So y'all talking about that? Y'all talking about Calvin Ridley? That's one thing we got to discuss. We talking about invention. We got to discuss that part. I feel like they discussed with Calvin about doing the three game IR, and I feel like he may have gave them a heads up, like I'll for sure be good, because that's really in a fan where he only paid 1 week in 5 weeks. So that's why I'm like, well, and then you got to look at it like he's playing for another contract. I don't think any other team would feel too good if he stayed out the whole rest of the season. Me personally, I don't think so. Like he'll have to come back for at least 3 games to get some goddamn. In order for him to be able to get traded, he'll have to come back for 2 or 3 games.
I
Mhm.
mean, I gotta put it like this. I gotta answer the question here because that's an actual really good question. But I'm gonna say this. We liked Hooper because Hooper reminded me of a garbage man or a mechanic. He wasn't flashy. He get you your yards and whatnot, and that was it. I need a first down. You know where he's going. Like Matt Ryan had that relationship with him, but also it was scheme because the way they would run plays for Hooper was to
Mhm.
get him open. Because we had the luxury of a Julio Jones there. We had a luxury of a Calvin Ridley there, but we also
True.
schemed this
True.
man to get open. Like we know, hey, check this out. Farmer Fran maybe a bum when he came to calling plays, but he damn sure knew how to get Hooper open though.
Mm-hmm.
That's one thing for sure. Like Hooper knew how to run some routes where he would just go. He might run it out. He may run a corner, but for damn sure he ain't
Yeah.
running past you. He knew how to eat up zones. He knew how to
Mm-hmm.
get in the zone, sit there, and wait for the ball. Like when you're
Mhm.
fast, I'm tell you right now, when you're fast, and I don't want to sit there and bring up particular people, but Peerless Price, Henry Ruggs, John Ross, people like that. When you're fast, you depend on your speed too much,
Mm-hmm.
and you kind of overrun the zone, or you want to run past everybody. And I think also with Hayden Hurst is that he's not. I think J Rock said this is that they bring him in and they want him to block. Like Hayden Hurst
Yeah.
needs to be out
Yeah.
there running plays, like run some play. I think the way they run Hayden Hurst is like to get him to run off a coverage so that somebody can come underneath, to make the catch and whatnot, instead of like using someone like that has freakish athletic skill that he does. I
Mhm.
mean, we seen a play where he almost ran over like 3-4 Cowboys trying to get to the end zone. The guy wants
Right.
to make plays.
Mhm.
That's what my problem is. Like we have guys when I said that who wants to make a play, I can. It looks like Hayden Hurst wants that opportunity to be able to make, plays out there, and so does Kyle Pitts. But you
Mm-hmm.
got two guys that almost run similar times, like in a 40. You got one that runs like a 4-4, another one runs like a 4-5. Who's running with them? One thing about the
Right.
New England Patriots, they have slow linebackers. One thing about the Dallas Cowboys, outside of Micah Parsons, is Van Der Esch running with any one of those guys? Like, come
No,
on, like you serious?
he was like
Like,
a 4-6.
bro, he runs like a next week. That's what he runs. Like, my man can't run. I'm sorry, he can't. He can't. But
You're good. You're good. I remember a few shows ago, like way back, during the off season. Yeah, I remember when I brought up like, when we was excited about the 12 personnel, and I mentioned the way how the Pats ran their 12 personnel with Aaron Hernandez and Gronk. And we would have thought we would have seen something like, you know what I mean? Like, yo, like why we not doing that?
it's
So
Like,
gonna
more
happen.
physical
so
though, bro.
players, coaches, and stuff steal from everybody. It's a copycat league. Like we all talk
Hmm.
about that. Like copycat certain plays to scheme certain guys open that you're not expecting, to get the ball. And yes, this is an intervention and stuff, but we can also transition on a positive note, looking forward towards the future. And being that we had 2 weeks of us getting blown out, with L's, we have a chance now to let all of that out and frustration out on Jacksonville. The same way how the Cowboys did to us, because the Broncos dealt with them.
Nasty.
They tossed up the salad on them. And they did the same thing. What happened to them, they did to us. Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? And we got that for 2 weeks. So now we have a chance now to answer back. We're going to see what this team really is about, how we come back from back-to-back losses. Because the season been up and down.
Yeah. What'd you
My
say?
man,
What'd you
my
say?
man was my man was dropping so much knowledge the mic went out on him. Go ahead,
Yeah.
finish your point. All right,
Hey,
so
I was gonna say the difference between the tight ends with Hernandez and Gronk. They're more physical than Hayden and Kyle Pitts. Kyle Pitts and
mhm,
Hayden are more of a finesse type tight ends. They're finesse. So
yeah,
my thing with them, like we have to create certain plays that where And we stated this before. You can have it to where Hayden is running off coverage or Kyle Pitts is running off coverage. But when Hayden gets the ball, he creates a certain energy for the offense. You see, he gets up, he yells, he does the shoulder lean.
Mm-hmm.
People feel his intensity when he's running the ball and catching passes. That's the purpose of having him. That's why Cordell was so monumental for this offense. When you see Cordell walk to the camera like this and get the team up, they get electrified by that. Flash, that's why he has the electricity. That's electricity sign.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And somebody said a good point, Sonia.
Yes.
You think Matt Ryan feels abandoned by Julio and Ridley, and he got left to deal with the BS of the organization? That's a fact. One thing I remember, commentator Vilma, and we all know we don't care for Vilma. He's a Saints player, bounty hunter. He said one key thing though when we played the Saints. He was like, the one thing about Matt Ryan, when he has his go-to guy, he doesn't care if he's getting double teamed. He'll throw to him anyway. Mm-hmm. And that's what he was doing with Tony G. That's what he was doing with Julio. And that's the thing about those third downs. We don't care who got them. You have to have that type of knowledge that where if Calvin Ridley's in the game, Kyle Pitts is in the game, we still have to go to them. Because they're going to make a play or get a penalty. When you go on to these Rudy Poo ass niggas that don't even know how to draw penalties, you're going to look like that. Zacchaeus don't know how to draw penalties. Tajay Sharp don't know how to draw penalties. Russell Gage don't know how to. So it's gonna have issues. They said Kyle is physical. What I mean by physical, bro, like Kyle's not looking to run people over like that either. He'll stiff arm you and get ghosted. You don't have to run people over like that. He's too fast. Gronkowski wasn't that fast. Hernandez was fast. He was a big guy too. He was big. Both of them was bigger than Kyle Pitts. Now we got to be honest, Fred. Like let's be honest.
I get what he's saying though. I mean, like Kyle's strength is his stiff arm. Guy got arms about as long as Thursday. You know, like his arms are ridiculous. I guess that's I see what he's saying. You know, and that's his strength. But also I guess like for being physical like that, that's how Gronk had all those back surgeries and all that. You know, like there's a price to pay. You know, for being that kind of physical, you know, like my man had to step away from for a time and go to WWE. You know, he's like, I chill with all this mess. But to see the potential of what that could be, you know, is like looking in Tennessee, and in the beginning of the year, that's how we was like almost salivating over what could happen with Kyle Pitts and Hayden Hurst, because we saw what happened with Jonnu Smith and Delaney Walker. And in all honesty, instead of Lee Smith, I was thinking that maybe he would have brought, you know, Arthur Smith or Fontenot would have brought in like a Delaney Walker just on, you know, for veteran leadership or whatever like that, you know? I thought so.
Hey, Grady, baby, chill out, bro. Don't say we the reason to blame for hyping the team. We're fans. We're supposed to hype the team. If they come out and play how they gonna play, then they'll win the games. We've already won the exact same amount of games we won last year, bro. So why shouldn't we be hype about it? We have players that can make plays in certain moments. But why shouldn't we be hype about the team? Come on, bro. That's the purpose of being a fan. Are you a fake fan or something, bro? You're a fan. You're gonna hope your team wins. Why would I say, oh man, they're trash? I'm not. No, week to week, this is the NFL. You have a chance to win a game week to week. If you put a scheme in to beat this team and the team actually does what the scheme ran in practice, you will have good opportunities. Each game we played, we've had opportunities to win. You cannot tell me that. The Cowboys game, all right, we can talk that game up. What else? The Buccaneers game, we was down, 20-something points? We came back in the third quarter, scored 3 straight touchdowns, and had 2 straight stops.
Washington Club.
It's easy that this team could easily be 6-4. This team easily could be 6-4 if they execute. Easily be 6-4. And that's counting the ass kicker that we caught between Dallas, between the Patriots. I'll give you
Philly,
and who will be the last one? Oh, this the Bucks. Actually, I had us winning the Bucks if we actually could punch straight. So if you want to put that last one anywhere else you want, that's fine. But we did beat the teams that we were supposed to beat. So you want to say like you got to beat the team that you're supposed to beat. That's what everybody on ESPN and NFL Network say. So we did. We beat the Jets. We beat the Dolphins. We beat teams that we were supposed to beat. You know.
To continue of what you just said, Magnus, right? To build off of that, moving forward, Jacksonville is a team we have to beat, right? We were supposed to beat. So we have to continue that throughout the course of the season, where Jacksonville, and I believe we're going to have Carolina probably coming up. I don't think it's going to be directly after. I'm not too sure, but I know it's close.
I got
also
you here,
the
bro.
Saints. Yes, please. Can we go through? See, this is why we here.
I got the schedule.
Let's go
right here.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
I got the schedule. Okay, y'all can tell me a dub or L. All right. If we're gonna go by what Grady Baby say, check this out. Dub or L at Jaguars next week.
Dub.
Okay. Home against the Bucks.
Home dub. I'm jacking dub. Well. If the guys don't show up, hold on. We be playing shit. Let's keep it a stat.
Okay.
Let's keep it a stat. If let's say really don't come back and we have a guys not showing up, not playing, and we have some key players that's hurt, we probably gonna take an L on that. But I'm just saying dub because based off of it's a divisional game and we was close with them since the first matchup, and sometimes things just play out in our favor. You know what I mean? Just being that we're gonna be the underdogs in the fight, you know. But I'll say 50-50. What you got, Twisted? What you got?
I had to put Grady in timeout for a second. He wilding. Take that time out for you not having no comments for a second, bro. I don't know what you talking about. This our show, and we can say how we feeling, bro. If we feel our team has a chance to win, we gonna do that, straight up. So I'm not trying to hit that, bro.
That's what every radio station does. Like every radio station that's specific to a team. Just like if you come to ESPN New York and stuff like that, they talk about the Knicks, they talk about the Jets and the Giants that they're gonna win every single week. That's what you do. You speak to the specific fan base. If we was just all negativity and whatnot, these people here, these 59 people here, would go watch ESPN. There's a reason why this podcast was created, because of the lack of disrespect for Atlanta. So it is. They gave us reason to speak. So anyway, so what you said, I think I see in the comments too, it looks like it's like 50-50 double L against the Bucks. So I guess
let's give it something. Let's give it something. Let's confirm on it though. What you got, Mag? What you saying it is? The Bucks.
I ain't say Bucks yet.
Yeah, what you got? Okay. Yeah, I was asking. Yeah, what you got?
Like I was gonna say we owe them boys, but see, we ain't been playing good at home. That's my struggle.
And that's the reason why I'm saying L. That's
all right. So let's say L. Let's be real. Let's be real ourselves. Let's be real. Yeah. We're gonna be real.
Without Calvin, it's an L. Let me say it like that. Without Calvin,
L. So we're gonna give that an L. WL.
All right. Yo, Floyd Donnelly always my hype man. My man,
shouts out to you, bro.
All right. At Panthers, we on the road. You already know what time it is. You know what that means. And we got Cam. We got some unfinished business with Cam. Talking about he's back. Okay, yo, Debo, I got another hit stick for you, man. Knock his ass right back out.
I'll give that a dub.
Yeah, I definitely got that as a win.
Debo, I need you to knock his unvaccinated ass back out the league, man. We ain't never gonna forget. You hitting that dab on someone. We ain't never gonna forget. All right, so we got a dub on that. Okay, we agree on that. Here's the thing: revenge game at 49ers.
See,
Garoppolo.
49ers. It's at 49ers.
At 49ers, yeah.
1:00 or 4:15.
Oh shit! You have the time?
I'm just saying, man. That's a far trip, bro. Don't act like that ain't a far trip, man.
I think that might be a 4 o'clock. Yo, you put me on the spot with that. I just wrote down the sketch.
Yo, I'm gonna be realistic. I'm gonna be realistic, right? So, because the way how the 49ers is somewhat building the streak now. So we're like, let's say 4 or 5 games in now, correct? By playing the 49ers, and that's close to playoffs and how you're gonna plan out. Because Kittle Kittle and Debo are wilding right now. Like,
4
bro,
o'clock.
they're starting to build a momentum. So if one of them fall off, or let's say one of them, because typically an injury may happen. Not wishing out on nobody, but shit happens. So if that does, if one of them is out, but if they're all healthy, we possibly and it's a way. I don't know if we're gonna come out with that dub.
The comment section survey says
Yes,
dub.
yeah, what they got. Yeah, let's go. Comment.
Survey
What we
says a
got? What we
dub.
got?
That's what they
What they
say.
saying? It's
They
a
said
dub?
it
It's a
says
dub
a
against the
dub.
49ers?
It says a dub.
Yeah, they saying the W is 49ers, bro.
Okay. All right. Now this
I ain't
one.
even said mine.
Oh, right. My bad, bro. Because when you hit me with the time, I thought, I thought it was some hidden joint. Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
It'd be tough to call them 4 o'clock games, bro. We don't play that good in 4 o'clock games like that. But the thing about going to 49ers, Matt Ryan is gonna have something to prove versus Kyle Shanahan too, right? And we can't forget our team was worse 2018 besides Julio, and we went out there and shut them boys down. So it's definitely possible. Or was that was 2019? We went and shut them boys down.
Mm-hmm.
So it's definitely possible. I feel with Patterson, I think he'll be able to take advantage of their defense and their linebackers. Fred Warner is an unstoppable type linebacker. He makes plays. Their safety is back. He was a first-round pick a couple years ago in Ward.
Trump Bosa. Don't forget Trump Bosa.
But see, Bosa didn't do that good versus was Caleb there that year?
What's that? 2019?
Caleb came 2019 or 2020. He did come 2019.
He came out the same year with
yeah. So he was there. Yeah. I feel like we have a chance to win that game, bro. I'm gonna say win.
Well, against what? Against who?
49ers.
Against 49ers.
Okay.
It's split.
All right, so yeah, we good. All right, so we take that.
Survey says it's a push though. That's the thing.
Yeah, it could be a push 50-50, but we'll go with it. Mainly if the fans are saying that, we all won here.
People are putting
majority
too much
rules.
They're giving too much to credit to the 49ers though. Like they're good. I just don't think that they're that good. But they also
I don't think the Rams are that good either though.
Yeah, you don't think so?
That's the game that they showed out on that Monday night last week. Like they was trying to get OBJ into the fold, and they were just trying to pass the ball too much on the 49ers. You have to have a great game plan versus the 49ers because they can run the ball. They will run the ball. So if we can stop
not just regular ways. Not just regular ways. They find unconventional ways. So I'm gonna tell you right now, you better bring you better have some bricks in your back pockets to tackle Deebo Samuel. Because he's a rack receiver. Somebody in the comments said we need a rack receiver. That guy is a rack receiver. He catches the ball and he runs through people.
Mm-hmm.
That's what he is.
Is he gonna be a free agent next year?
Don't play with me, man. Because if he is, don't.
He's been in the league like 3-4 years.
Deebo Samuel,
yeah. I think this is his third year.
They're gonna have to make a decision on him because it's either him or Ayuk. They can't keep both.
They're definitely keeping Debo. They're gonna keep Debo.
You think so?
I thought we were gonna keep Julio, man.
Yeah, they're not gonna let Debo go.
Well, Julio done lost his damn mind. You see that hair he got?
So Mag, what you got so far on? We got W against the Jacks.
You want to see what we got?
Yeah. I want to continue what we got.
We got a dub. You got a dub against Jacksonville. It's not going to be easy, but we got a dub at Jayville. Okay, it's a push on the Bucks. It's 50-50. We're split here. I think you was the only one that said that we could win, right? Rich, you said
against
that we can
the Bucks.
Win,
right? Yeah, we can, but at the same time, realistically, if we don't have nobody, if we have somebody that's out, like a key player that's out, I don't see us winning that.
Well, we're gonna preface our statement by saying this. This is if we're relatively healthy. With Flash and Sliders in there, we're saying we're relatively healthy, not where we at right now.
Okay. Healthy.
Yeah.
What they said in the comments. What did they say in the comments?
I put push because they're split. Honestly, just like they're split on the 49ers. Now, this next one, I know that we're all going to be agreed on. Lions at home. If there's any time that we could beat any team, it's got to be that team, man.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta be.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I put you in timeout because you was talking nonsense, bro. Like, we're not here to. Okay, we can say the team isn't doing good, but that's previous games. We're not gonna just say they trash following for the next week. What type of fandom is you?
There's actually
don't even do that.
There's actually YouTube channels that do that. This ain't one of them, but there's actually YouTube channels like Atlanta Falcons channels that actually do stuff like that. It's just not here. It is what it is.
Bro, I literally watched Marcus Spears, a player that played in the NFL, is a diehard Cowboys fan. After they got beat 30 to shit going into the fourth quarter versus the Broncos, he said they're gonna redeem themselves. They're gonna do a better job. Like, why can't we feel the same exact way?
Mm-hmm.
We're giving you keys to show.
Why they keep calling me?
Win.
Like Skip Bayless is the same way for the past 20 years. How about those Cowboys for 20 straight years? And it started to come into fruition now. But again, you're entitled to your opinion, and that's not what we're not saying. We're not saying that you're not entitled to your opinion. We're entitled to ours. Exactly. But we're also speaking to the other 60 people in here that, because if it all came down to it, it's like there's a reason why they tune in. They tune in to hear factual stuff, and they also tune in to be like, hey, we about that hype, because guess what? Ain't nobody. There's somebody on Twitter that plays for the Georgia Dogs. He said, ain't nobody got us but us. That's it. Ain't nobody going to hype us up but us. That's it. So
you want us to think the same as other people that already think we suck? No, I bought apparel for a reason.
If that was the case, the Atlanta Braves wouldn't be World Series champions right now. Plain and simple. If they bought into the BS hype and all that, like they fake, they this, they blah, 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 bullshit, whatever. Anyway, so Lions chat. We got the Lions. Which I got dub or L. Detroit Lions.
Yeah, win.
Dub.
Rich says dub. I'm gonna go to Twister before I go to the comments. I ain't gonna forget you this time.
Oh yeah, dub. That's dub.
Dub. All right, I got dub too. Okay. We're gonna get our ass kicked in this thing. Okay. Buffalo Bills.
we might. It said Buffalo, I believe.
Is that Buffalo?
Buffalo.
Yeah, we might see another 40-point game, man.
Bro, you think they're gonna put a 40 on us?
Yo, that's January 2nd, man. If guys
they're
used to play in the
explosive.
cold now, it get cold up there in Buffalo, man.
Yo, they play calling. When we talk about creativity, man, Dean Pease, we better be ready for that one.
Yo, ask my man Floyd Donnelly. I think you from New York too, brother. Yo, let these guys know how I get up in upstate New York. It get cold up there, and
I went to school upstate, so I know what's that hitting for. But Buffalo was like a few, like 2 more hours up for where I was from, and in Buffalo ain't no joke.
I'm gonna think one thing. I was thinking about going up there to the game, man. But they put themselves through tables. What are they gonna do to me if I come up wearing this? What you think they're gonna do to me? They gonna put me through a table. I'm good, bro. I'm good.
Twister, you think we could win that game?
The Bills are in what division?
AFC East.
AFC East. So that's not the Titans.
They might have a rap out in, but the Patriots also playing well, so they probably gotta keep their starters in.
No, I ain't talking about like that. I'm talking about as far as with Dean Pease and Arthur Smith. I feel like they played them before, right?
Did they?
Like
I'm sure they have. They used to be in the AFC.
Yeah.
But Dean Pease,
I'm hoping they might have a certain scheme set up for Allen moving forward. Based on the scheme though, if we ain't gonna have Mike Davis, if Mike Davis gonna play how he been playing, that Bills game is a L.
Why you say that? Why are you cursing? I keep saying week in and week out that we ain't going to curse. Comments, I'm telling you right now, people in the chat, Mike Davis, until that he turns into the Mike Davis that used to kill us on Carolina, his name, because I know you used that name, his name is the Tiptoe Burglar. That's what his name is. He will not be referred to anything else except for the tiptoe burglar. He gets the ball, whether it's, he's going to drop the ball if it's a pass. But if he catches the ball on a handoff, he might hit one person and fall over his feet as if his shoes are tied together, man. That's it. Tiptoe burglar. That's not Mike Davis. That's not Mike Davis.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't know what y'all think it is.
Hey, he bought a chain off of us, bro. He bought a big icy chain off of us and ain't produced since.
Honestly, he looked too happy. Honestly, I understand you home. You're home, I get that you playing in your city and all that. But Mike Davis is too happy, bro. You're not doing as good as the way how you expected, bro. Like unless he's in his head. Like anytime when you see the videos and you see the interviews and you see backstage or anything, you always see Mike Davis laughing, giggling, and stuff. But
he having fun. You know what? You know who have fun? The same type of fun. Stephen Means.
Yep. Another one.
Way too much fun, bro. For little production. That means that you happy getting a check. That's what you are. I want people
Who
mad.
got after Buffalo?
It's the Saints.
All right. So we got double L on that though. It's like 60-40. You got L? All right, we got L. Majority rules, okay? Last game of the season, January 9th.
Saints.
We either packing shit up or
we home, right?
Yeah, we home.
Yeah, I'm gonna say dub on that.
Rich, from your mouth to God's ears, man. I'm trying to be positive, but I can't be positive ever since that we left the Georgia Dome, man. Just shit ain't been right, man. Like that type of home field advantage is just not there anymore. I don't think people just don't believe anymore, you know? They won't even come out. One thing I could respect about the Jets fans, one thing I could respect about Cleveland Browns fans, they've been through a lot, but they'll show up and they'll show out. They'll make it hard on you. There's too much stuff to do down there, man.
It would really feel good. It would feel good for us to sweep the Saints. That would feel amazing because they swept us last year.
Yeah.
So you know, I don't know what you got twisted. It's double L Saints.
Man, I got that a win, bro. We beat them at their home. It's gonna be tough for them to come back, for sure.
You're right, and based off their situation and what they got, you know,
we beat them without Calvin too. Let's not forget that part.
Right. So after this, right? After we wrap this up, can we transition into how we look in the NFC South after this? We could focus on that. So
what you mean?
So what? Yeah. So right now, so what's our record right now? Off of how
our record is
how
4-6 now. But
right,
so
and
we
plus what we just did. Yeah. What we just did. Yeah. What's up?
Okay, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4. We got plus 5. And I'll just give these two a push as an L. So 2,
9 and 8.
So 9 and 8. That's basically what a lot of people have.
I think that's what it's gonna be too, though.
9 and 8. Wow.
Yeah.
It's either 10 and 7 or 9 and 8.
And then we see how the NFC, how the whole entire NFC is looking like. It's a lot of L's. Everybody's in the same boat where we're at. We're 4-6, 4-5. It's a lot of that. So it's still a lot of room for us to make up. It's a lot of games looking ahead, but we have to win the game we're supposed to win.
And I know the Vikings are losing today. They play the Packers, so that's the same record for us. The Panthers play. Damn, who they play? They play a backup. Somebody got injured. The team they play. Give me a quick second. I'm gonna tell you. They play Washington. They just high off the Buccaneers win.
And they lost Chase Young, I think, for the year too.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
Yeah.
That's a tough one. They got so much talent on their D line. It really don't even matter. If you're being honest, they too deep. Dappers know how to get after the QB. And Cam, he fast, but he ain't fast. He ain't back in the day fast.
Yeah, I think Cam got something to prove, especially to playing his old coach and all that. But we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, 9 and 8, man. That's good. Or even worst case scenario, 8 and 9 or something. I feel like it's still gonna be in that area where a lot of teams in the NFC is gonna have similar records to that. Where even 7-9 might be the factor of you possibly getting in, right?
Yeah, we 2 games from the 6th seed.
Right.
The 6th
Right.
seed is Saints. They're 5-4. The Panthers are 5-5. The Vikings are 4-5. The 49ers are 4-5.
There you go.
We're 4-6.
There you go.
You know, so one thing we do have to, when we cannot afford that last game of the season might be something to play for.
Of course.
Yeah, last game against the Saints is going to be
Of
something
course.
to play for. Not just for pride, but that could be just to actually get in. Now, also, that also depends on how we do against the Niners. Also. So, depending on how we do against the Niners will depend on how this game goes, like the last game of the season.
Oh, because the Niners are in good position as well. So yeah. And
Exactly.
let's not forget about the division, bro. The division isn't just wrapped up yet.
Yeah, that's what I want to transition into next after that, like how we look in for the division now.
Who the Buccaneers?
Well, we got to see who the Bucks are playing, because Bucks ain't playing their best ball either.
They playing the Giants. The Giants have been stingy on defense, but it's
we got Saquon coming
that's still
back.
Daniel Jones, bro. That's still Daniel Jones, man.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I mean, y'all. How y'all feel about, like I said, the Buccaneers schedule? I mean, besides like against the Giants.
I got upset.
That up right now.
I got upset today.
Okay.
Okay.
I put that in my pick'em. Huh?
The Giants have upset some people these past couple weeks.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Upset tomorrow. Okay. Because this is what they got, and it's not going to be easy. They got the Giants tomorrow. They got the Colts next week.
Mm-hmm.
They got us on the 5th at home. They got the Bills, the Saints, Panthers, Jets, and Panthers again. So it's not going to be easy.
They're going to lose one of the Panthers game. I'm going to tell y'all that now. Panthers has a good style to beat them. As far as their defense, they have a good style.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And especially, let's not forget the reunion. Let's not forget the reunion that the corner playing Tom Brady. They used to play for the Patriots together. So Darby might, what's his name? Is his name
Gilmore.
Gilmore might know some stuff about Tom Brady. We gotta think about that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God! But
he said,
let me let
I'm tripping. No, the Vikings are beating the Packers today, bro. I'm not tripping, bro.
I can't see
that. Y'all don't forget Dalvin Cook still having issues with the women's stuff too. So let's not act like that's not hanging over his shoulder. let's keep it a stack now. He got problems on his hands, so let's not act like that.
I'm gonna let you know, Floyd Donnelly. I'm gonna let you know one thing, because this is what is going to make Terry Fontenot earn his cash. What he's going to do, and it's going to piss a lot of people off, but what he's going to do in the offseason, he's going to extend Grady Jarrett. He's going to extend Matt Ryan. What that is going to do is that it's going to create a lot of cash, upwards of almost like $30 million. So we may be $30+ million under the cap if he extends Matt Ryan and Grady Jarrett. Mm-hmm. So just want to let you know that there's money coming, and at that point, that's when you decide, like, do you trade Ridley? Do you go after a true number one? Do you believe that Ridley is your number one? You can start actually making these legit type of questions. So to let you know that. What you had to say about the division, Rich?
I just wanted to see, like, just how we gonna pan out, like where we're at right now. Like, I think we're last in division, and just being that who we're gonna see first. We're gonna play. We see the Panthers in like 2 weeks or something like that. So how that's gonna look, and based off if we don't win those games or not, or if we win, how it benefits us.
I mean, the way it looks like, anyone right now is going to benefit us, and that's just talking about just psychologically speaking. Because next week, not only do we have to beat the Jazz, we can't beat them. It can't be a close game. It can't be a a young way cool walk off. I'm talking about you got to go out there and make a statement. That's what it's going to happen. It has to happen like that because if you go out there and you're barely beating a team, it's like we barely beat the Giants. I don't even think the Giants are all that good, honestly. After seeing them, we saw them when we was at the stadium.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that was a good team? Do you think that was a good team, Rich?
They had injuries, man. Don't act like that. They had injuries too, though, bro.
But even also the Jets so far,
we injured like 4 people that game, bro. Come on,
when you really look at the games, that we won, excluding the Saints, because I was gonna say everybody gonna say the Saints. You know, obviously Sean Payton is a good, offensive team. It's a good team. They've been running division for a long time, but you see their situation right now. I don't really think they're fully that good either, which is why they had to get Ingram and some of these guys to help out Kamara, because Kamara got a knee sprain and they need some help too. But games that we won, there wasn't really good teams like that, and we had to win those games. Now we had Dallas and Pats. We lost. Those are 2 good teams. Because I was trying to ask myself now, I'm like, yo, we only win those games against scrubs? Like, you know what I mean? So it's just
it is what it is. Like,
yeah, it is what it is. We'll take the dub. Like, we'll take the dub, of course. Yeah. But it's just like now when you playing against a team that's really good, we're not showing up. We're not matching that same type of energy. We're not matching the competition and the level of play. You know what I'm saying? So what is that? What is the Falcons in that aspect? And we're gonna see with Jacksonville. We're gonna see.
Hey, but if we keep it deep, the commentators and the NFL players that played, they had us losing versus Jets in Miami.
Yeah. Okay.
So it's still that team. The Miami just beat the Ravens.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. You're right. Yeah.
They were just a playoff team last year, so we can't say that. The Jets have a good front seven.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm just my mental health. Right now it's all over the place. Bear with me.
Calvin got you like that?
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you right now. Was it who said it? The guy was just on the screen. Oh, okay. So Dirty Bird said, "Man, keep it 100." They whiffed on free agents because all I hear is we have no talent. So by that logic, Terry brought in no talent. Terry had no money to bring in like top tier talent. So we had to go, to the to that little box in the middle of the Walmart and get the sale items. That's why you get the Eric Harris. That's why you get the Ron Harmons. That's why you get and you retain a Steven Means. That's why you go get Fabian Moreau. Let me ask you something. What is it about our cornerback 2, our CB2? What is it about our CB2s that like they can never get right? Like no matter what, it's like we have a decent CB1, but when it comes to like our CB2, we can never get anything right with that. What y'all think? I like Moreau, but
what?
I like Moreau as a solid tackler. I mean, compared to look at what we came from before. I gotta look.
You see how you changed it up though. You said as a solid tackler. You did a quarter top ain't the tackle. That man ain't covering, bro. He ain't covering enough for us, bro. And they picking on him. It'd be different if you made 2 or 3 plays a game. He's only did that 2 games this year.
All right.
I'm not saying you wrong. I'm laughing because you said tackle for a quarterback first. That's why I really covered at you because I'm like, damn, he really said tackle for a quarter first.
He's a solid tackler.
First, then tackle. So he bogus.
He's a solid tackler. That's what I can say.
You gonna say it again? You know it. You already know it.
All right, this is like our last topic because it's Sunday and people got to get the snacks or whatever like that. It's game time in about another 30 minutes. I don't know what games y'all watching, but what do you think is the short-term, long-term goal for the Falcons? This is all around. Let's start with you, Rich.
I would say short-term goal is definitely winning our divisional games.
Uh-oh.
Yo, they don't want us to be great today, bro. They like, nah, they talking too spicy this morning. Let's get them out of here.
Rich out here. My man holding court from the fallout shelter, man.
Yeah, they took an L on that one. My short
Yeah.
term goal is like he said, division games. We got it, like NFC games in general. We got to win. We got to win NFC games. So the 49ers game, that Panthers game, that Buccaneers game, we got to come out. The Saints game, we got to come out and win those. Long term, my goal is draft. Looking forward to the draft and getting that salary cap down.
Oh, Rich, go ahead and finish your statement, man.
Hey, it's been a crazy show, but it was a good show. But yeah, short-term goal, what I was saying, is definitely winning these divisional games for sure. And I would say long-term goal is I guess the draft picks that we had previously, of like the development of our players, like long term, of them getting their chance and opportunity, because we seen Richie Grant, like, yo, bro, the future is really bright, and he's earning his playing time now. Like, I understand it's by default a little bit with certain guys getting hurt, but like far as long-term goal, looking at the future, the development of our players must happen. Like, we have to hit on these guys, and we have to get these guys out there, see what they got and perform. You know, like Darby getting shot, like a lot of these younger guys, pretty much is what I'm saying. Also, well as
I get.
Yo, this is
You said
crazy.
the draft too?
What'd you say, Rich? It's frozen here.
Y'all didn't hear anything I said?
No, the last part.
What was
You
the
said
last thing I
also.
heard?
You said also.
I was saying we got the draft as well. Like, you know what you were saying too, like that's definitely a long-term goal of how we approach that situation, how we attack it, and depending where we're at and what we do. We got a second round from the Titans, right? We got that extra draft pick, so we'll see what we do with that. Like, who knows how aggressive these guys gonna be, and they got a full off season together, and they're under a season under their belt now. So we're gonna see how they approach the off season, as well as a lot of guys not gonna be on the team again because we have a lot of 1-year deals. So like most guys that we see now on the roster, they might not even be on the team next year. So we'll see the long term goal based off of what Arthur Smith and Terry Fontenot do. Like, yeah.
Well, I told Twisted I was going to say his name, and I was going to be real unpopular with this one.
Don't do it.
I'm going to say his name because this has to go. I mean, look at this. I'm going to put this right back on here, okay? What is the do you think is a short-term or long-term goal for the Falcons? Short-term would be to instill some sort of culture, okay? Culture from going from this point and moving forward. Now, what do I mean by that? There's certain people on this roster that do not understand the fundamentals. I have to disagree with my boy Rich. We don't have to agree with each other all the time. I'm gonna tell you one thing. Richie Grant needs to know how to wrap up.
I was gonna say that's nasty work. And
he's guessing. I seen him get. Yes. Yeah. Yo. I've seen my boy back there, and he could have had a couple of TFLs if he would have wrapped up. You know. Rich, I'm gonna say another guy. You know, I know you just came back in. I'm gonna say another guy that's gonna be real unpopular. But if we talk about short term goals, we learn how to freaking tackle. And I want to talk about a certain guy out there that doesn't really know how to tackle. He tackles with his shoulder, and that's Debo. Okay, Deion Jones. Oh yeah, If you want to talk about like pushing a narrative, that's gonna be a real unpopular thing that I just said right now. But yeah, I'm gonna talk about Deion Jones needs to learn how to wrap up, and they can say whatever they want to me, like
Mm-hmm.
in this chat. It's the fact that like the way he tackles sometimes is with his shoulder. He tries to hit stick. Like really, our most consistent tackler is Foye, number one,
Yep.
and your boy Twisted.
Grady, great, and
Bro,
also Grady too.
And Grady, yeah.
Yep.
Did y'all say AJ Terrell?
Oh, and AJ Terrell, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Can't forget him now. He
No.
got
Yeah.
running backs.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Now, short-term goal is to get Tyler Davis's ass out that no tackle position and get Pennell and get my boy Ant Rush up there
Mm-hmm.
consistently for the rest of the season. I don't want to see Tyler Davis get moved off the ball like he's been doing for the past couple of games. What's it been like? 10 games so far? It ain't working, man. It ain't working. At least I thought I was going to get vilified, but apparently somebody agrees with me, so I'm okay with that.
Yo, I have
I'm
a
right
quick
with it.
question. Yeah,
What's
I'm
up?
saying after Magnus finish, like I want you to finish your long-term goal. You finished?
Yeah, well, long term is to get these Dan Quinn era players off the bus.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's it. We talking about culture. Like this culture is over. Like this city wants to cheer for this team. I mean, they really do. That's why they're not showing up. And I totally agree with them. That's why I make fun of it. Like they don't come to the stadium, even though that is a very beautiful stadium. There's a lot of things to do there. They ain't gonna show up. Why? Because the product is not good on the field. Why show up to watch that? There's too many things to do down in the A. So, like, for what? Let's
Which leads to
establish
my
a culture.
question. Right, which leads to my question because we know last year it was a fluke season, right? And we didn't have an identity or anything like that. Also coming into the hiring of Arthur Smith and stuff like that, we want to establish an identity. I understand this is the first year, and I guess that's what he's trying to do. It's not going to happen overnight in the first year or so. But my question is, like, do you guys see an identity within the Falcons right now? Like, do we have an identity of who we are, like offensively and defensively?
I know what we want to do, but I don't think it's completed yet.
Right. Nice. I like how you said that.
Run the ball. We want to run the ball, but we don't have the actual players we need to run the ball consistently. Like the Titans had a big offensive line, and the crazy guy, the left tackle, he's cold. You see him,
the one
15. He put that man on the poster. We couldn't find him. So they have different type talent. I think our offensive line is more so for outside scheme rushing, and Arthur Smith right now is trying to run up the middle, and that doesn't fit our catalog for what players we. I know for sure we're going to probably draft. We're going to draft to help this offensive line, and they might pick up somebody from free agency. I don't think he's confident in the center and the left guard and the right tackle. Caleb, like he's good on moments, but he doesn't show consistency like Lindstrom and like Jake Matthews. We pretty much have three players that are inconsistent on the offensive line. It's hard to run the ball with that.
I mean, honestly, McGarry looks. I'm not going to say the word scared, but he looks like a fish out of water when it comes to space. So, if it wasn't for the fact that he was 6'7", I would try to move him into guard because he just doesn't look comfortable just being out there on island time, especially when you move, actual pass rush specialist or a natural pass rusher out there. And usually it comes from like a stand-up linebacker, like your Matthew Judons or somebody from like a 3-4 scheme that would literally kick his ass, Now somebody maybe like a Cam Jordan is like, he's going to be right in front of you. But when you got somebody that's in space, that's a stand-up linebacker, like he's too much like a fish out of water, So
that's a great point, Matt.
Yeah, I don't know how that you can actually do that. I mean, he's had a while to gain experience. So I don't know if you do that, but all I know is like Hennessy's out of there, man. Like I can't see how you get your behind whoop like that to the point that my man literally almost bent you in half. Did you see what Christian Barmore did to this man? Like he was holding on to his leg the way Jeff Van Gundy was holding on to Alonzo Mourning's leg when they was like remember when he was fighting the New York Knicks
I know exactly what
You
you're talking
remember
about.
when Jeff Van Gundy was holding on to Alonzo Mourning's leg so that he won't go over there and whoop somebody's ass? That's
Hmm.
what Christian. That's what Lynch. That's what Hennessy looked like. He was trying to keep Christian Barmore from getting into Matt Ryan's face. That's exactly what he looked like. So where do we go from here? Well, you can either get Dorman to start and start starting him from this point forward, or what you can do is you can look to this guy. Was it Tyler Lindenbaum from Iowa? Or you can get a bargain and try to get Alec Lindstrom. That's Chris's brother from Boston College, who plays center, and have them battle it out. So whatever they want to do, but all we know is like Hennessy ain't it. He's just he's just not it. Practice
Yeah.
squad, yeah, but he ain't it.
I
So
Hey,
like what Ghost Pepper said. Can y'all read
yeah,
that?
facts. Oh,
what do you say?
I'll simply just say this: one must have long-term goals to keep themselves from being frustrated by short-term failures. With that being said, short and long-term pass rush and consistent pass block. That's great. I think
Yeah,
that's
it will happen over time. Like we know that's one thing that we're struggling right now. Like we're 31st or 32nd in the league in sacks and QB hits. So I guess over time, hopefully we finally get an opportunity for long term moving towards this draft. We get a defensive lineman. You know what
You
I'm
know who?
saying? So in the first round, because even though depending how we pan out, let's say we are 8 and 9 or 7 and 10 or something like that. In the draft, we may be in the top 10 or 15 area, and the drafts when we're supposed to get the D lineman that we're supposed to get, somebody always take them from us, and we lose the opportunity. It happened to us a lot, which is why we never really draft the D tackle that we need or the defensive end that we need or pass rush that we need because somebody's gonna take them. You know what I mean? So
Mhm.
they didn't have that guy last year in the draft with Kyle Pitts, and Kyle Pitts was the best overall there. But I wish Chase Young was in the draft. He should have waited.
Bro.
and it's happened like
But
that
yeah,
multiple
that
times. Jadavion Clowney, that happened with us. That's why we got Jake Matthews. Who else? Who else? Kinlaw, the guy from South Carolina who was killing the D tackle.
Yes.
We was gonna get
Yes.
him.
Deron Payne, a lot of guys.
Yeah, those people was actually looking at. And with Kyle
Hmm.
Pitts, like some people might be mad, like, yeah, we should have traded down. Terry tried. They didn't want to. They didn't want to give it the form for Kyle, so we stayed and picked up Kyle. That's what you got to do. That's called smart business decisions. I'm not gonna go bad off that. If we can't find a correct partner to be able to pick somebody off of that, then pick what you got. Everybody stated that we would want to go down, trade down. We all stated that to get more picks. It just didn't happen that way.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I've been waiting long. I've been in this chat all this time, and I keep seeing the same person saying the same thing over and over again, and I just had to intervene. So if he excuse my pardon my rudeness, but I want Dirty Bird to listen carefully, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna try to say this as nicely as I possibly could, okay? So stick with man, Mike. I'm trying to be mellow, Mike, right now, all right? And I'm gonna try to say this as nicely as I possibly could, all right? We don't have any money. There's a certain thing called a salary cap. Just because Arthur Blank is worth $1,250 billion doesn't mean he can actually use it. All right. And the NFL is why they established the salary cap because teams like, previous teams like Dallas, San Francisco, Pittsburgh, a lot of these oil tycoons, they were coming in and they were just buying up everything. So that was the reason why they established the salary cap. All right. So everybody can play on a level field. So
Mm-hmm.
they can't use the money that they can. However, what they can do with the money is hire better coaches, hire better scouting, and things of that nature. But as far as talent is concerned, That is why that's why they established the salary cap. And right now, the Atlanta Falcons, being that they, had poor uh, salary cap management, and this is another thing that I want to speak on as far as Rich McKay. There's a lot of idiots out here blaming him for it. This is not him. What he does is hire guys. All right. He hired the guys. It's their job to maintain the salary cap. All right. That's what he's supposed to do. All right. So again, just because a guy is worth 15 billion trillion dollars doesn't mean he can use it. All right.
Mhm.
We have to blame TD. All right. And the author blank. He does not know football. Okay, so we gotta give him a break. He's not a football guy.
Mm-hmm.
All right, he's not a football guy. TD is a football guy. Who is a football guy? TD is a football guy, as well as Rich McKay. He came in the league. Actually, he came in the league as a lawyer. Okay, so you guys got to do your research. He became a football guy. But this is the thing that we're talking about. The salary cap is at $182 million designated this year to every franchise. So, guys, we don't have the money. All right. The Falcons have a little bit over $1 million. And the average um, contract $300. So, like, who the hell gonna come? You think you're gonna get a player to play for $300,000, and you average that they get paid each week, maybe what 10, 50,000 a week? Ain't nobody trying to listen to that bullshit, man. Like, let's be real. Ain't no NFL player trying to play for no $50,000 a week. So relax, bro. We don't have the money. All right. It's simple as that. So that's all I got to say. Pardon my rudeness, pardon the interruption, but I had to say that.
Nah, you good, Mike. We were getting ready to wrap up anyway.
Hey,
Oh,
so hold on, Mike. Yeah, I don't know what Dirty Bird is talking about.
Yeah.
So you wouldn't trade Harris, Davis, Herman, and Andrews' contract for Kenny Vaccaro?
again, there's this certain thing we called a salary cap penalty. The Falcons have in previous years. They released guys. These are guaranteed contracts. You cannot get out of them legally. You cannot get out of those contracts, even
Mm-hmm.
when you sign those legally binding contracts. So if the Falcons decided to hand somebody $50 million and they both sign on the contract, guess what? That $50 million is that player.
Mm-hmm.
But what they have to do, they have in the NFL also is a thing, a grace period. So they have up to 3 years to give him those $50 million back if they decided to renege on the contract. So for 3 years, the Falcons have to pay back these players. You can decide whether or not to give it all in 1 year or you can give it in 3 years. All right. So I hope that clears up the misconception that we have money. That's not how the NFL works. That's not how the NBA works, and that's definitely not how MLB. I mean, everybody remember Bobby Bonilla. The Yankees been paying him. The Mets been paying him for like the past 25 years.
Yo,
All
Mike,
right, so
Mike.
it doesn't
We
work.
actually have a day. We have a day called Bobby Bonilla Day.
Right,
Like if you're a Mets fan, it's called Bobby Bonilla Day, and he gets $1 million every day for
every day.
every was it? Yeah, every year for the next almost like 20 some odd years. That's a
Right.
fleece, bro.
And okay, so again, these are not free contracts. You can't just go out and sign players. Players want to be paid, man. You don't look at you. You don't go to work for free, do you? For less
Mm-hmm.
than what they can pay. They say they can pay you $5. You gonna look at the motherfucker like they crazy. $5? $5 an hour? Nah, bro, you trip. Come on, let's be real.
Yeah, it is. So it's like you said, I hope it's clear. I mean, because when you cut somebody, it's just like you don't just cut and run. Like it's like this. You can do like in like other sports or whatever. No, you can't do that. Like you owe players money. So once it clears, that's when you can do what you do, you know. But there are teams that know how to finagle and work around that stuff. That's why we got a guy like a Terry Fontenot, because we're able to see the Saints do like miraculous things with almost little to no money, you know. So we think, but again, we don't talk about cash. This is supposed to be an intervention to kind of talk people off the ledge after the total ass whooping that we got, you know, within a matter of a 7-day span. But that was then. As of right now, you know, we about to sign off because about 15 minutes till game time. So you guys go ahead and go do what y'all need to do. We appreciate you guys for waking up with us for the past like hour and a half, all 55 of y'all. We appreciate that. Twisted, you got anything to say to them?
Nah, man, I'm good, bro.
Man, get here out of here. But
man, it's just it's tough, bro. It's been a tough week, man, and I'm glad we able to get over this week and move past to Jacksonville, bro. So that's what I'm pretty much on. I'm gonna look at film work on Jacksonville and let y'all know what I see.
Yeah, I mean, I mean, we got whooped so damn bad. It's like we turned Mike into a like an R&B radio host, man. You hear that, boys? that ain't.
Hey, Dirty Bird 08, bro. Come on, bro. Stop saying we pushing narratives, bro. All we doing is telling you how we feel based on what we see. We're looking at our players. If they play the best of their ability, we're basing off of that. I'm not basing it off of negative plays. A team can lose, get the shit beat out of them the week before, and then come and beat the shit out of somebody the next week. So that's how I look at football.
Come on, bro. Like ain't nobody disrespecting you, man. Like why we got to do the disrespect? I mean, man, Mike can get disrespectful, but I don't think you want that player. So let's just keep it respectful, man.
You know what? On that note, let's enjoy our Sunday, man. We can't start off the week like this. You know that's what Saturday stuff. You know? So what we about to do is like, you know, Rich, go ahead and say your final goodbyes till next week.
Yo, man, this was a great show.
Oh my God,
man, they do not want him to be great today, boy. Golly.
All right, so you know what? Until next Saturday, make sure that you like, share, and subscribe. Make sure that you subscribe to Mad Mike Sports. Make sure that you check out Twisted Torch TV. You know, he always got the heat every day of the week. How often do you stream, man?
Twice a week. Hey, now let me answer this. Let me answer this. Hold on. Dirty Bird, I'm gonna keep it G with you, bro. With Casey, we all discussed getting Casey. We didn't have the money, and he signed someone else. Just to let you know that we all discussed that. Everybody on these channels has how we would do with Casey or Vaccaro based on them playing Dean P's scheme. We've all discussed that before. It just didn't pan out that way. At the end of the day, we do not work for the front office. So Gary decides that it's best to get a player to come to Atlanta. It will happen. Have faith in the GM. This is one show, bro. Come back next week. I'm sure we'll have praise for you next week. It's cool, bro. It's all love at the end of the day.
Well, that's it. So I guess we'll see you next time. Take care, y'all.
Y'all be safe, bro.